Hi there, and we're going to do an assessment of 12 Graham Road in Offerton, and that's Stockport SK1. So with all that in mind, let's get into it. Right, the very first thing is let's go through the sales particulars, and it looks to me like a 1950s house would be my guess, either 30s or 50s, but I'm erring towards 50s. In good condition.
Yeah, between 30 to 50s, yes.
Yeah, nice exterior, cavity brick built, good brick quality. A lot of cables around on the outside that need tidying up, bit scruffy. But anyway, moving on inside. So good laminate flooring. It's nice the way it leads straight through to the kitchen. Being probably 30s or 50s, the plasterwork is good. You can see just a little reflection here. It just shows me that it's nice and flat and in good order. So I can see how this works. You've got the entrance leading to the kitchen, nice big reception, that's good. And then you've got the lounge offside. So actually quite a good layout with the ground floor, and they've done well packing a lot into a relatively small footprint, actually, being 883 square feet.
It's 88 meters square.
Yeah, this is a well-designed property, and that looks like a original plasterwork because the dado, because you wouldn't have these kind of dado rails or picture rails as is the case in this case in modern houses. They just don't do that. So anyway, the way that worked was you have a little hook, and then you have your picture cable, and then you stick your picture there. And it just meant you weren't knocking holes in the wall to drill things in. And we've got a video tour. I suppose we'll watch that. Should we watch that and just see what it looks like? And in we go. Oh, those cables, don't they stand out? The very least you could do is just fix them properly. Nice front door, by the way. That's a modern door as well. And nice stained glass, wood plaster walls are all looking good. I wonder what the story is, why it's empty. That's unusual. So whether it's an investor or probate, it would be very unusual. Now they're original doors, and that's a nice little toilet.
Yeah, this is lovely. This is lovely.
Very good.
Yeah, really like
quite nice flooring, reasonably modern kitchen.
Yeah, maybe.
I quite like the plain flooring. It's good, but they've got a little issue there in the corner which they've got to sort out. Very pleasant, very nicely done, actually. Very nicely done.
And this balcony is lovely.
Yeah, sloped garden, very nice new garden shed, garden in great condition.
I was just worried about the bricks outside.
Yeah. Very, very nicely done. Original. Oh, you've got a working fireplace. That's very good. So you can actually have a real fire in there, or you could have a gas fire, real gas fire. In other words, you put gas unit in, and you have coals on top.
I like the property.
But you'd probably keep it as just an actual open natural fire with smoke-free coal. And nicely done bathroom. You've got the shower curtain.
Yeah, maybe I will
slight negative,
modernize.
Not a big deal. But
I will just modernize. But I will modernize a little bit if it was me. Oh, lovely.
Okay, very good.
Go up. No, why you?
Very pleasant little single bedroom, feature wall, and could do with neutralizing in this room, but nevertheless pleasant enough. So it's actually got a loft room. That's very interesting.
Yeah, you can use it as study room.
And the master bedroom, very nice. Big cupboards, not overlooked very much as well. This is good because look how far away those other properties are. So you've got loads of privacy in this property. Very nice. So let's carry on with the pictures. I just want to double check and see if we've got a loft picture. This carpet, you might even get away with not replacing the carpets. It really doesn't need much work at all. It's in very good order.
Yeah, I will just make it modernized because this property will rent higher if you just make it much better in details, like modernize a little
there's
bit.
the loft room.
Yeah,
Go back.
if you
Very
if
nice loft room.
yeah, if you modernize the kitchen and bathroom, you will increase a lot of value on the property.
So we have something similar to this in our house where we've actually boarded out the loft. We've got eaves storage here, so you just open the hatch and you stick in your stuff in the eaves. Very nice. And whilst it's not got full headroom, it's a usable space for storage that you know of items that you care about, or it's even a playroom. So I expect that well, there's power there. I think this could even be a little office space if necessary.
Yeah,
It's
usually.
actually sizing up to be very good. And the other thing I like about this property, by the way, clay tiles, they're great. If they break, you just replace them. Very straightforward. Now, let's have a quick look at the video and see what, see how they come up. Oh no, wrong house. That's another property we were looking at earlier, which was a bit of a wreck. This is a nice street as well, nice cars. You can see good quality cars all along. It's just a good area. Quite a lot of these properties have this fascia stuff, and that's a very 50s, mid 50s to late 60s look. And this would have had it as well, I suspect, but all that cladding was removed and then they put a cement render in place. So that's good. And let's have a look at this big video. Again, that flooring is quite nice, the laminate flooring. It's in very good condition. I really don't think this needs much work. I would keep the feature fireplace. Oh, there's the estate agent doing her thing. I would keep the feature fireplace.
This, I think it's a new boiler.
Yeah, original door here. And then we have this.
Yeah, the walls looks really nice. It looks straight. Just the carpet. Yeah.
Yeah. I see what we've got here. We just need an extra unit there. That's what's going on. There's a missing unit from there, but that's fine. It's easily replaced. Very good.
I want to see the bricks.
No one bothered to go down and have a look at the shed. But anyway, okay.
Nick, can you back outside? I just want to see the bricks. Didn't need repointing.
No, they don't.
No. I just want to check double. Okay, because on the photos it didn't look really good. So okay, so that's why when I add the cost, I add more for renovation because I was thinking that the bricks need to be repointed, but not really.
There's our friend. He's done loads of viewings for us.
Yeah, and I will just replace the sink and sinks.
Now it's got textured paper here, but at least it's got this eggshell finish. I think it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm not wildly enamored with that kind of nasty wood chip wallpaper, but it is what it is, and you know, hey. I quite like the modern look, you know, the greys. It's quite a modern thing. Obviously, this wall needs painting, so it's going to need some work. You can see there's an old chimney breast that's been covered up there. It's not perfect, but it's certainly good. That needs peeling off and preparing and repainting. And we've got the other bathroom. Oh, sorry, bedroom.
And this property last sold is 2000. So 22 years ago. So, and it's freehold, so.
It's nice. It's nice. I like it. Okay, what are we looking at here? That's the loft room. Oh, wow. And it's, oh, okay, this is really good. I'm glad he actually went up the ladder and had a look. This is great. The fact that it's got actual natural light in this room, although it's not full head height, it makes it a really usable little office space. And yes, you have to climb a ladder to get into it, but hey, you know, it's not a huge problem. This makes this property really attractive for somebody who wants to work from home. Yeah, you could fit a desk in there. You're able to get height for seating. This makes a very attractive little home office with the power, the whole thing. It's great.
Yeah, really nice. You can refresh it. You have Windows.
So there's the exterior with the extension. Very nicely done extension. This property is very well done, I would say, and lots of old drill holes for cables in the past. They just need tidying up. Altogether, I really like this. Okay, let's have a quick look at capital growth and so
maybe
on.
APC first. So
yeah, over to you.
Just quickly, the APC said that is the 88 meters square plus the loft room. So yeah, that's not included, but of course, so it added you some extra storage space or office. So it can be so this really nice. What shows that the property is good quality, and also the it's the 65 to be 60. It's need to be C. It needs 69. So basically, what you need to do, everything looks good. The walls, the wall.
Oh, that's interesting. That it's a filled cavity. This is unusual, and it just means that they spent some money in the right places when they were doing the property.
Yep. So yeah, this is
a bit more insulation.
Yeah. So you need to put more insulation, but I will not because it's already done. So what you need to do is floor insulation. You don't need to. But basically, what you need heating thermostat that will give you from 65 to 67 because it's 2-score, and plus if you replace the boiler, that will give you, because I think the boiler is old, so you need to change it. So it will give you EPCC. So basically,
well, the main thing about all of this is that when you buy a property, if the government do mandate EPCC, then you know you've got yourself covered and you can get to EPCC without too much trouble. So very good. All right, now I'll share a screen and here we go. Now I'm going to do my best to just chip through this because obviously, time and all that. Now, it's quite interesting around here. This little patch is very strong. And we'll start with demographics, then crime. The demographics are really good, actually. This little patch here, less AB, but you can see here, 16% AB, 25% AB. It's really quite strong demographically. So these are professional, well-off professional people living in areas like this kind of area. Now, these are the lesser houses, so that's why they get the slightly lower AB. Not quite as good as the bigger ones down southeast, but overall very good. And just from a crime point of view, it's very low. It's just super quiet around there, so that's excellent. And from a capital growth point of view, let's have a look at that. So it is really strong. So 16% real growth from 2018, and it's actually 5% above the 2021 high. So what that tells me is that this is a well-off area. It didn't suffer too badly in the property crash. It didn't grow too excessively in the previous boom that we're in the equivalent of now, but it didn't crash either. This is like rock solid demographics. This is the kind of place, if you want to hedge your bets against a property crash, but you want to get a bit of extra gain, this is it. This is just very strong, actually. So let's zoom out and let's have a look at SK1. Where's my postcode? Just SK4, SK5. Maybe I've got a filter on. Let me just turn the filter off. No, I don't.
Maybe you can open the Investmore website, the data.
Yeah, you're right. That's the way to do it, and that tells us all anyway. So this is SK1. The market's slightly slower around here than a lot of places, but that's because of the price point. It's quite on the higher end of the market, and the same with renting. It's that much more expensive to rent around here, so it's not going to rent quite as quick as some areas would, but it's got really heavy growth, really good, and it makes it one of the highest growing areas in the country. Now, I just want to dwell upon this capital growth story for a minute because it's kind of interesting. It's weirdly good. And there's the SK1 there. Yeah, it's really high. I think that's SK1 there, but that doesn't make sense to me, that one. SK2. Yeah, it's the 3-year growth is really high. The 1-year growth is amazingly good. I go back to my point about this area that whilst there's some growth issues around here, that's just simply because there's a lot of industrial and so on, and there's a lot of local authority stuff going on here. So that's what's going on. That's why that area doesn't really fly. Yeah, I go back to my main point that it is rock solid demographically, and in a crash it'll do really well, and it's still got a load of headroom, and prices are above 2008. So you would say, okay, if it's above the 2008 peak, then how could there be headroom? That's an interesting question. Well, the answer, I think, is because we still have headroom left on affordability before the crash. So in every property cycle, at the end of it, affordability declines, i.e. cost of ownership increases as a percentage of take-home pay. And we're starting to see that creep up here. And I expect that, yeah, I expect the market to grow here. And if you got money, this is the kind of place you go and live. Okay, Martin, over to you. Yep. On location and area.
So first, about I'll go with larger. Just zoom out. So basically, this location is not really far away from Manchester, but basically, it's really close to Stockport city center. So it's here. Usually, everything's happened here. If you live in Stockport, you usually go to Manchester, and it's really close to Stockport city center. Based on the markets and schools and so on, you have a lot of plenty. You have schools. You have general schools, you have some schools here, not really close, but you have a lot of green space, you have a lot of huge development, new builds.
Yeah, it's a really central location, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So you have green space, and here it is. So this is it have already this small extension what we saw in the video, which give a lot of value to the property. So yeah, if you know, the street is nice.
It's been as extended and modernized as you can really make it within reason.
Yeah, so I think it's really nice property. So if you want just to go to the Stockport center, Stockport by you, transport is like 13 minutes. If you want to walk, it's 23 minutes. So even the center of Stockport is not far away, so everything is close. Like, it's really nice location. Yep, when I spoke about EPC, I already spoke about the coal mining issue. There is no coal mining issue, and I just want to zoom out so you can see the property is here. The coal mining is really far away. The issues, so you don't have anything to be worried about when you go to the. No, it's 12. When you go to the flood, if you check, is low risk, very low risk, so you don't need to be worried about it. I can open the map if you want to see.
So let's talk about comparables then.
Yeah, you don't have any risk. Yep. So this is comparables for renting. It will rent around 1,100. So, yep, this is like, maybe this is comparable. Even more, until you buy it, you will rent it even more. I just want to add that. This is the floor plan, similar. So yeah.
Yeah, it's not such a big floor plan, like the square meterage isn't huge, but it is very well done.
Yeah. So this is for sale. I will just first I will go here in the closest neighborhood. You can see that not similar houses, but they're selling much more in the whole neighborhood.
Mm.
So when I will go to the newest listed, so here it is, 250, this 240, 195, 290.
So
Yeah.
based on this, what do you feel the property is worth, and what kind of yield will it achieve?
So I think, as you can see, this is like a similar type of house, and the asking was 165, but it has like more front yard space. And you can see this similar type, and the one is smaller. So
yeah, this is a very competitive. It feels to me like it's a competitively priced property, which means there will probably be quite a lot of interest in it.
yeah, I think it will go up to around 260, maybe 265.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because here it is, but it doesn't have extension, and it has just a little.
Yeah.
The 13235. This is like 250, 260. You can see 325. So I think the property will go up to 265, but then the yield will not work. So I just want to say 110 by 12. If you go buy it for 257, let's say 5.1 is a bank.
It's tight. The issue is once you get above 250 as well, you start paying more stamp duty, of course, which is annoying, and you just the costs build up. It's a lovely house, though. All right, should we score it?
Yeah.
And the scores on the doors are going to be condition. It's really very good. I would give it a 4. There are some issues with wood chip wallpaper and so on, so it's not pristine. But it's very good. Location, Martin?
Yeah, it's really nice. 4.3.
Yeah, it is very central, isn't it? Area is lovely.
Same, yeah, 4.5. I will go for it.
And crime, exceptionally low. Demographic, exceptionally good. Capital growth, exceptionally good. Sell time, it'll sell for.
Yeah.
Price.
It's I think it's good.
Well,
compared to
yeah,
other, but
it's good if you.
It's good for living, not for buy to let a lot. So that's why.
Yeah. Well, we're in the buy to let business, so it's a 3.75. Oops.
Yeah.
And with rent time.
Yeah, it will fly.
Okay, so 4. Give that. That's very good. Yield, not so hot.
Yeah. No, I think yield it's not really good, so I will go 3.2, 3.4. It's this more about capital growth.
Yeah, it is.
Because the yield is 5.1.
The reason I'm going to give it a 4.25 because I can't quite go all the way to 5, but still, it's bang on 4, which is very good. The thing with the capital growth on this is it promises to go up. I think it's very crash resistant. I think it's a very solid acquisition, but the yield is going to be. Let me just do the conclusion. All right. So my general take on it is it needs some money spent on painting and decorating. I'll call it £2,000 just because you got to make it worthwhile to actually go and do the decorating. Even though it doesn't really need a great deal of work, and the growth is very strong around there, and I think it'll carry on growing. If you compare it to London, a property in a similar location near a town, a nice town, desirable town, would be £600,000. So Manchester is proving to be the only viable alternative to London because London is basically overbought. So I would say it's got some headroom. I think it's the kind of property that will creep up towards the £300,000 mark, 300,000 ish in 3 years' time. I think that the capital growth is kind of tailing off for this property. That's basically what I'm saying. Unlike some other areas where the price point is that much lower, but I think it's a safe bet because the demographics are so good. those are the kind of people who live in that area. Those are the people who don't lose their jobs when there's a crash. So for that reason, I think it's a very interesting deal, but the yield is thin. What's your comment, Martin?
Yeah, I really like it just because of point of view. The property doesn't really works. But if you go up to 250, if you can take it for 250, then the property will really works. But I'm not sure if you can take it. But let's say 252, we can start, or 250 and see how it's going. But anyway, we need to call the agent to see how it's going.
Exactly. We need to get a sense of what's going on with it. And
Yeah,
how many
yeah,
viewings,
because
how many offers, and all that stuff.
If it have lower offers and so on, then we will not pay that. We'll go lower. Yeah, but I like it because the floor plan is really nice. It have bathroom downstairs, a small one, but I mean, toilet. So it's really that value. The kitchen is large. The floor plan is good. So yeah, plus you have attic room on the top, so what you can use like extra space. You have small garden. You have huge garden. I mean, and you have a small balcony, which is also nice. So basically, everything is good.
It's a beautifully optimized property. All right then.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.